Alright, y'all. We finna get into this story, man. Shit, let's dive into the story, though.
Was an act of retaliation that detectives are apparently considering as possible revenge for a deadly shooting at 12th and Cambria last week.
We on that fuck shit. One sick. Whole time we was getting back before it Friday. Little bro had died Wednesday. He died on Friday. Try grab a.
I can't grasp.
Belinda Keeter is overcome with emotion, thinking how her 17-year-old son Antonio, seen here in the white shirt, was almost taken from her last night. It happened after someone opened fire just after a basketball game turned heated here at the 12th and Cambria Rec Center in North Philadelphia. Antonio was shot in the arm. He now has to wear this cast before he undergoes surgery Friday.
He's not really taking it too well.
But while Antonio still has his life, his friend, 17-year-old Quasier Burley, doesn't. Witnesses say Burley was shot outside the rec center before then running inside and collapsing at Mike Abdullah's feet.
Everybody is trying to calm him down, so you're all right, stick with us, and his eyes are closed and he's gagging for breath.
Thursday night, friends and family gathered here at 16th and Lehigh Streets, where Burley lived, to remember him.
He was a good person. Everybody around here looked up to him. Everybody.
Now police want you to take a good look at this security video. It shows 3 people of interest who approach a gun that was left on the sidewalk in front of the rec center. They then pick it up and leave around 8:20 Wednesday night, just minutes after the shooting.
I say I made a maximum and a maximum selling Kanye. Can't forget about Twine, I'm glad it ain't a Twine day. He was out there on the side of Quad when they made Quad day. Cut from lacking in the morning time, he spill his latte. 1200 North Southern Street, that's what the drop say.
In a deadly drive-by shooting. Grainy surveillance video shows the silver minivan involved moments.
Oh, that, but he was with that shit. That's what that was. So like, man, what happened to folks? But, we see what happened to him. He was with that shit. Bro.
Before gunfire rang out at 12th and Huntington Streets in North Philadelphia Wednesday night. 34-year-old Naisha Cooper and a local rapper, General Reezy, whose real name is Avril Davenport, were both killed.
One thing we know for a fact might be older than this beef we about to talk about is how many years LeBron James played in the NBA. And most of us NBA fans all know by now that LeBron picked Philly for his 24th year.
We was getting LeBron. I'm getting all my shit ready. It's going to down. It's going down. Hey, babe. Brian coming to Philly, babe.
But reports suggest LeBron might be living in New York during the season and not Philadelphia. And sure, don't get it twisted. In any state, you can find a comfortable location that have a cool living arrangement. But LeBron basically saying it's a little more options in New York than Philadelphia. Because in Philly, you can go down literally anywhere.
In Philly.
I know, Jason, and a lot of people are right there with you. We talked to a lot of fans who say they are thrilled that LeBron is committing to the Sixers, but they want him to commit to Philadelphia. Live here, LeBron. You can hold off on New York City.
Let's tell it, right? Today we're going to North Philadelphia. We're speaking on 2 neighborhoods that apparently been beefing for at least 10 years plus, yet and still responsible for killing another aspiring rapper in the local community who had a lot of potential within the last 24 hours of me doing this video. But we all know this in the dead, especially in 2026, is the easiest way to get to your grave early. Plus, hanging and posting pictures where folks wanted on murder, or wanted for murder rather, and you in neighborhood beef, you might as well put a sticky note on your forehead that say target. But that's pretty much.
I ain't gonna be with the shits. And, you know what I'm saying, post videos about you with the shits like, man, nigga, you dead. You gonna photo up. Oh, shit, what the fuck? You know that description. What the fuck?
That's what we got here today. 2 neighborhoods that's having beef so long that the youngins is now inherited. And some say it started when one member from 16th went to 12th Street Rec Center, brandished a firearm, didn't use it, and was gunned down in the process. From that very day on, even the following week, bodies dropped, diss songs was made, and multiple families grieving in the process. Today we're gonna shine light on these individuals while paying our respects. We also gonna put these stories on front blast, because even though a body drop, there's no returning from that. Folks gotta see how they throwing their life away for little to nothing because of their feelings. Remember, once a body drop, ain't no such thing as starting over. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no anger.
Nigga really high off contact, shit, I'm really fried. They ain't pulled a plug in like a week, but he really tried.
That was a rising North Philadelphia rapper, Juan Julio, from 16th Street. He even had Meek Mill, a Philly legend, recently supporting and liking his music. But as mentioned earlier in the video, within the last 24 hours of me making this video and the reason why we here today for this video, this young man unfortunately lost his life at the age of 26 after he was chased and gunned down in the Kingston neighborhood. Mind you, that video you just saw was him recently coming home just 10 months ago, his first track back. But in order to understand how he possibly lost his life and tell his story, we gotta go back to 2018 when he lost a good friend of his named Qua, in which he seemed to dedicate him in almost all his music.
Don't let Qua forget guys, fuck the hot. When I'm chasing dog shit, I don't need no fucking bathroom break, nigga.
I can't get jiggy with that shit. That shit weak as hell. Like, I don't know, that beat, I don't know, this shit ass, chat.
Qua
Shit
was
ass.
17 years old at the time. He lost his life with his gun in his hand. It was dropped before being transported to a local hospital. Qua's real name is Quasia Burley. Quay was from 16th, and at that point, it was no beef with 12th Street. So on August 1st, 2018, on the 2900 block of North Street at around 8 p.m. Wednesday, Qua was playing basketball at the Cambria Rec Center, as mentioned, located on 12th. Earlier in the day, he had got into an argument over a basketball game. A little bit later, he and a friend was walking past the rec center. Qua was shot in the chest and arm. He ran into the rec center, collapsing at the administrator's feet. He died at the hospital a short while later. Once again, may he rest in peace and love and condolences to his family.
It fueled a fight at a basketball game may have fueled a deadly shooting outside a North Philadelphia rec center that claimed the life of a 17-year-old boy. Tonight, we're getting another look at the...
LeBron James to live up in that shit. Like, come on now. LeBron ain't got time for this shit, man. Like, that's why he in New York. He ain't got time for this.
People police want to talk to. Action News reporter John Rollins live outside that rec center this evening. And John, you've got the latest here.
Yes, Brian. A couple of hours ago, first of all, we were at 12th and Cambria at the rec center there. A couple of hours ago, the police released some video they want people to see. It was apparently shot by the camera that's over my head here, just on the outside of the front entrance of this building. This video shows a gun lying on the ground near where the dead teen, Quasia Burley, collapsed. Detectives want to talk to these three unidentified young men who picked up the firearm and fled. Burley had been shot near a basketball game last night.
I think the victim was watching. There's an argument between him and one of the players. From what we can gather, one of the players had a gun. And that's who actually fires the weapon.
I'm super sad.
Community organizer Terry Starks mourning Burley's death. Starks mentors young people to steer them away from violence. For Burley, basketball was a key. Starks coached a community team. Burley, to the left of the coach, was a go-to guy.
Quadir was point guard of the team, so Quadir controls the decibel level of the game.
Posters with a stark message: stop shooting people. Colin Williams says it's tough to get that across to young men with guns. Driving violence can be ego, sometimes amped up by social media.
If I got 2,000, 3,000 followers and you just embarrass me, then I got 2,000, 3,000 reasons why I need to let you know that I'm not who you think I am. In other words, I'm not the chump that you just said I was.
The man who runs the rec center, frustrated. He says his staff has worked to make this a safe haven for the 37th Ward, with a library and a computer lab. He says it has not seen this kind of violence in 5 to 6 years.
It's very disturbing because we don't have this in this community. We don't allow this. We're not going to accept this.
Well, this is a homicide case. Detectives want to try to find that trio that was seen on the video, that's for sure. As for the victim, a visitation and funeral is scheduled for Monday morning. A vigil is scheduled for about an hour from now at 16th and Lehigh, which is closer to the Burley home.
Now, Qua's dad was a known hustler on 16th, and even though his son allegedly brandished his firearm first, he wanted to know who pulled the trigger on his son. So what'd he do? He allegedly went to the big dog around 12th. He was a known rapper who was affiliated with AI Errol Davenport, aka General Reezy. And around this time, he was in his early 30s.
That's okay. Look at my face. Like I'm right in your face, yeah. Silencer with the stock on the 50 shot. 40 minute yard, y'all. We used to be rapping. I walk past them niggas in the yards because I don't rap with yards. I don't rap in yards. I gotta stay strapped in yards. With my hat low. In my fucking corduroy jacket. I ain't standing still in no yard.
We just see
I was warring on the street, but I like rapping in the cypher, so a nigga stabbed me in the back of my head.
All right, listen.
And I had 12 stabs in jail.
Pick the beat. You and Lee gonna go on the track together.
Man, fuck all that.
Pick the beat.
Me and Lee going on the track together anyway.
Pick the beat, though.
I just was about to show you.
It's a challenge. It's a challenge.
Man, listen.
Pick the beat.
I want you. I just murdered your man with 2 regular raps. I want you. I want you.
I'm capital G, double OD, cause I am a young double OG. Cook up the coke with the stamp on the D. Tuck all the profit, get back with the re.
Now, General Reezy ain't go for it. And in return, 9 days after Quad lost his life, 12th Street was hit up. Authorities say it was a Wednesday. A surveillance video had been released showing a silver minivan having a gunman hanging out the back with an AK-47, leaving 2 people dead and multiple people shot. The victims was later identified as Nisha Cooper, 34 years old, a mom of 2. May she rest in peace and love condolences to her family. And of course, General Reezy, may he rest in peace and love condolences to his family.
He fired on a group of people on a North Philadelphia street. 6 people were struck by the gunfire, 2 of them were killed. Action News reporter Catherine Scott joins us live now from the scene at 12th and Huntington Streets with the latest on the investigation there. Catherine.
That dude's reporter just tweeted me out. He was like, but the Huntington species category in there. Like, oh no.
The crowd here has been growing throughout the morning. People coming here and looking for comfort. 6 people were shot on this street corner last night. 2 of them have died. And this morning, people are here trying to find comfort in this. You can see the memorial is growing. There are candles there. There are flowers there. People wanting to know what happened. So far, this investigation is underway. They don't know who did this or why. Among the victims, a young mother who lives right down the street, and also a local rapper who has really gained prominence. In fact, Meek Mill this morning tweeted out his condolences, saying that this rapper had potential. There are some surveillance cameras nearby, and police do have surveillance footage from what happened last night. However, they have not released it yet, and they're still looking for more information, more detailed descriptions. They do know that someone came by in a van last night. It was silver or gray in color, rounded the corner, and opened fire on this group of people that were on the corner. And as we've been talking to people throughout the morning, they say that there were a lot of people out on the block last night. Not just this group of people who were on the corner. There was a party going on nearby. There's a popular hangout spot at a grocery store across the street.
But like, come on now, like, you think LeBron James wanna live in shit like this? They downtown probably look like this. Like, come on now. You got time for that shit. Nobody ain't got time for that.
There were a lot of people there last night when these shots rang out.
And it was so loud and bright. I mean, it's like boom, boom, boom.
The deep sound of gunshots shattered the air in North Philadelphia last night.
The gunshots were extremely loud. I mean, you could just hear it going boom, 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 boom.
9:50 p.m. at 12th and Huntington, a silver or gray van rounded the corner. Police say a shooter with an assault rifle opened fire on a group of people standing there. 6 were hit.
We ran to see if somebody got hurt. And that's when people were laying all around bleeding. They was rushing people to the hospital and everything.
You've seen a lot of the police officers. You've seen the helicopters flying. Everybody was outside standing around trying to figure out what was going on, who was hurt, how many people was hurt.
Some of the victims were rushed in private cars to Temple University Hospital's emergency room, where crowds gathered. Extra police officers were called in to make sure everything remained orderly. 32-year-old local rapper known as General Reezy, whose real name is Errol Davenport, and 34-year-old Nisha Cooper, a mother who lives nearby, both were pronounced dead. 4 others, ranging in age from 27 to 51, were shot. Neighbors would see Reezy making videos at this corner, like this one, recently posted on YouTube.
We're out here making videos. Right there, by that sign on the wall, was somebody else got shot. And right there, they're making videos, stop the violence. He gets shot by a bullet.
Today, a flower and candle stood at the intersection. Nearby, one of the victims walked through after being released from the hospital. The police commissioner himself came to the scene last night, urging the public to provide tips.
The big issue is that someone was so brazen to fire that many rounds at a crowd without any regard for life whatsoever.
I hope they find out who did it, because this is just senseless.
So that's the origin of this beef, 12th Street versus 16th Street. Now you understand, with the rapper who lost his life within the last 24 hours of me doing this video, Juan Julio, dissing, Reezy, and 12th Street, you can only imagine how he made himself an even bigger target. Not to mention, he's the rapper. And don't forget, this is the same month Reezy and Quad lost their lives. Back in August of 2018. Fast forward to 2026. On top of all this neighborhood beef, Juan Julio was posting pictures with a man who's currently on a run for killing people to help get more business in his tow trucking company. You see, earlier this year, Najee Williams was wanted in connection with 2 tow truck drivers losing their lives. He's the owner of NKW Towing, and accused of killing 20-year-old David Garcia and 25-year-old Aaron Whitfield in separate incidents during December 2025 and January of 2026. Investigators believe the homicide stemmed from a territory dispute within the local towing industry.
Let's talk about it. Don't Uzi Vert be claiming 1600 Street or some shit like that? Yeah, them his niggas, folks. Damn.
To this day, Big Man has yet to be arrested.
The Service has now joined the manhunt for Najee Williams, the man wanted in connection with the murders of 2 tow truck drivers in Philadelphia. David Garcia Morales was shot and killed on the 4200 block of Torresdale Avenue back on December 22nd. Aaron Whitfield was shot to death along Bustleton Avenue just 3 weeks later. Police say Williams owns another towing company and believe this was a territory dispute within the towing industry. The reward for Williams' arrest has grown to $21,500.
So on August 9th, 2026, Juan Julio, 26 years old, he was gunned down in Kingston. Police say he was found behind an apartment complex, shot in the chest on the 3000 block of East Lehigh Avenue at 9:15 p.m. Basically, they spotted him in his neighborhood. At least 20 shots were fired at close range. Police say 2 suspects left in a dark gray colored vehicle. And authorities say they're looking at surveillance cameras to identify the gunman. And that's all that was mentioned. May Juan Julio rest in peace and love condolences to his family.
Homicide detectives are also searching for 2 shooters who gunned down a man in Kensington last night. Police found the 26-year-old victim shot in the chest behind an apartment complex on the 3000 block of East Lehigh Avenue around 9:15. At least 20 shots were fired at close range. Officers say the victim was chased down and killed by 2 suspects who reportedly left in a dark or gray-colored vehicle. Authorities are looking at surveillance cameras to identify the gunman.
And there you have it, fam. I'm sure it's a lot more that went on that's not public that we didn't speak on. And even if I did know it, if it's not public records, I can't speak on it. Here's the thing. We talked about enough, though. This is somebody that a damn near be 40 now or over 40. It's crazy. Almost double your age, man. You putting a target on your back. And we not saying this neighborhood beef is the reason he was hopped out on and chased. Coincidentally, the same month this man lost his life in this opposition neighborhood 8 years prior. Knowing there's been events that's going on back and forth and him making a name and rapping, even having Meek Mill like his music while dissing these people, it's a high possibility, especially for 2 men to hop out, chase you, gun you down, don't rob you, and go on about their business. It's a mission. They spotted you. They wanted the job done. It's unfortunate. This will come with that lifestyle. And it's not for us to feel sorry if you're indulging in it. Out of respect, and still loving prayers to every victim and every family member and everybody who was affected by the story we just talked about. Hopefully.
Nah, that's facts, though. Like, you can't even be like, damn, he was, man, I mean, he was with that shit. Like, what could you expect? That's what happens. Leave that shit alone, chat. Bro,